There we go. What's up, people? It's Alexander, obviously. It's like my... Alright, so I've got like a 3-hour drive ahead of me going to San Diego. I'm actually going to film a mindset and physicality course today. Recording video for it. I'm going to be doing the interviews, some gym footage. And not going to be a fitness instruction course. But looking forward to that. Most people have no idea what they want to do in college. Yeah, so I figured I'd film this. So I got a young man sent me a question this morning. This would probably be suitable for a YouTube video, but yeah, why not do it like this? Get some interaction. Hold the phone. I always drive one-handed. I never drive with two hands. Feels weird. Anyway, so what do I think of college? That was his question. Your YouTube video with Boundaries and Toxic People is great. Y'all have to follow up with that. That was a very popular topic with a lot of people. Anyway, but getting to the subject of college, what do I think of college? I'm not going to say anything new here that I haven't said before. That college can be good, college can be bad. It is very 50-50 as to what the value of the experience is going to be. The point I've made many times is that for a lot of young people, they get pushed into going to college not because they have any clear direction as to what they're going to do when they get there, or what they want their major to be, or what they want their career to be, or how they see themselves earning a real income and livelihood. They have no idea about any of that. They're simply pushed into college because their parents, their school, their guidance counselor tells them college good, not going to college bad, college means money, not going to college means you're poor. It's very much sort of like it's NBC programming, honestly. There's these regurgitated sound bites. So they get told this stuff and they don't know an alternative, and no alternative is presented to them, so they go to college. And subsequently, they waste a lot of time. Maybe they're there 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years. I've been surprised at the number of messages I've gotten from young guys where these younger gentlemen, they went to college and they were there for maybe like a semester, 2 semesters, 3 semesters, and they dropped out. And they contact me because maybe they found me on Twitter and they started reading my writing. They started reading Ed. Maybe they got turned on to Mr. Schmidt, Nate, and they start reading our stuff and they realize, oh wow, it's actually possible to learn skill sets and make a career that doesn't require you just going to school and sitting in the class. And they relay their experiences to me in college, and they describe the experience as largely just being worthless. They're made to take these basic GE classes. They're not really learning anything. There's no real intense intellectual dialogue or challenge. A lot of people are there just to basically fuck off, waste time, a lot of partying, which is super cool for about like a semester. Then you're like, all right, yes, getting drunk on the weekends is cool. There's only so much you can do that before you just get tired of it, in most cases, especially if you're serious-minded. So they're there, and then they're wondering, like, what am I really doing here? Like, this is the experience that's going to make me, what? Make me $1 million or more over the course of my life? They really can't say they've learned anything substantial, and they're supposed to spend tens of thousands of dollars on this for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years in these classes. And even if you do have, the often quoted, like, well, what about a STEM major? Yes, if you're going to college because you have a serious interest in mathematics, sciences, even if you're going to college because you have a serious interest in a career in the arts and you're fully aware that you're not going to make that much money, okay, that the experience might be valuable. But again, the general education, yeah, exactly. General education sucks so much money out of you, and it's such a worthless experience for most people. And then at the same time, a lot of people realize when they are there that they're learning, I don't want to say skills, but they're learning information that they could very readily teach themselves at a faster rate in a more applied fashion. And again, it devalues the experience. So my suggestion to people, young people, should you go to college? If you have a career that you want to go into where you are truly at an age, you're 18, you're 18 right now, you're whatever, you're in your senior year of high school, if you truly have a purpose, you have a mission, you have a destiny, you have, like I said, you have a career path where you've picked that and you feel that that is going to be the thing that you want to do, and you know for a fact that requires credentials, you know for a fact that you need the credentials, you need the education, then yes, okay, go to college. There's lots of career fields, there's lots of jobs where, yes, you need a degree, absolutely. If you know you want to do that and that is your passion, then you go do that. That said, I would still recommend that you try to optimize the experience. If you can get your GEs done at a community college and work for 2 years and save money, that would put you in a much more advantageous position than going to a four-year university, spending time in massive, crappy GE classes, and then it takes you 2-3 years to even get to the classes you need for your actual degree. So I really look to optimize and make the experience a lot more efficient if you're going to go to college. If you don't know what you want to do and you're unsure, you're uncertain, I would not recommend going to college at all. I would recommend working a grunge job, an entry-level job for a year, for 2 years, save up your money, work, wait tables, wash dishes. Well, it doesn't really matter what the job is. Just get some kind of paid position where you're actually earning income, save, live at home, or if you want to go try living in a bigger city or outside the house, and try to do that. But just save your money and learn work ethic. Learn what it means to apply yourself and to be dedicated. And then in 2 years, that will also give you time to explore. You can start building some healthy habits. You can get online. There's obviously lots of resources you can read. I have things in the work with people next year that are sort of like anti-college education, so to speak, of like critical skills you need to learn. You can learn how to write. You can learn how to build a website. You can learn how to write copy. You can learn how to you can learn how to speak. That's a critical skill. Obviously, being able to communicate. You can learn interpersonal communication. You can learn some useful skill sets that you need for any kind of career. Like you can learn these soft skills in like a hard fashion. And then, like I said, you're 18, 19, 20, maybe around 20. You know what? Like, after having worked for 2 years, I've saved up $10,000. I'm living at home. I'm ready to move out the house. I know what my interests are. Maybe I am going to go to school now. Or maybe you know that a trade is what really appeals to you, and you're going to go do that. Or some sort of, different kind of credential. But going to college just to go to college because of college, I'll probably discover myself. It's a big waste, guys. It's a massive, massive waste of time and money. You do not want to be that kid sitting in GE classes for 2 semesters or a year, where at the end of it, all you basically did was retake your high school math and high school English, and you had to take communications with 200 other people or 100 other people, and everybody's zombies, half of them. And then you're sitting there realizing, like, what the hell am I doing here? What the fuck was this for? Or maybe you went through college and you realized that really the only maybe you were in college for 4 or 5 years, 6 years, and it was only the last 2 years that you actually did anything useful. Discover yourself, and you discover that yourself is a person with $100,000 in debt. Yeah, or you're in one of those positions like a lot of young people where they went to college and they did what their parents said and they got their degree, and again, they really don't feel, a lot of you guys, I realize, don't feel equipped at all to actually handle the world. All you learned how to do was basically sit in a class and get grades. Grades are not real life. A's and B's are not A's and B's and C's and being able to do makeup work and making the professor. That's not reality at all. That is not reality at all. In real life, there are no do-overs. In real life, you have to show up every day. In real life, your work, if it's not producing something valuable, it's not fucking worth anything. First 4 years, bullshit. It's a waste of time. College does not train people to take care of themselves. It doesn't train people to be high performers. It trains you to basically be a drone. Like I said, you get out of college and you still lack the independent interpersonal skills to create a life for yourself. It means more if you pay for your degree yourself. If you can do that's great. That's great. But like I said, a lot of kids, they go through college and they never work until they're in their early 20s. Imagine being 22, 23, 24. You've never really had like a job that you were diligent at. And you're very far away from ever having a profession. Very far away. I know kids in their late 20s now. They're 25, 26, 27. They've still never had an actual professional job. They've worked. When I say job, when I say professional job, I mean like, yes, they've been a barista. They've waited tables. They've done things that way to make some money. They've hustled. They've never done any kind of actual like professional, highly skilled position, truly. I mean, and then they're, like I said, they're in their late 20s, and they still haven't started working technically, and they're still in debt. That's another one of the fundamental issues with college. It does your thinking for you. There's no real planning on most people's parts as to what's going to come next. And it's very easy to feel like you're accomplished because, well, I'm there and I'm working hard, I'm getting these grades. So what, you think you're working hard. The reality is that everything you need to do gets told to you perfectly and enumerated. And again, that's not how real life works. In real life, you don't get a perfect plan and a program. And here's the units you need, and everything gets laid out for you for the next 4 or 5 years. That's not how life typically goes for anybody. That's just not living. That's college. And again, college is not the real world. It is not the real world. Oh shit, I need to get gas. What do you guys think? You guys have any good questions? You guys have had some good feedback on this one. It's almost exclusively busy work. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, college it's almost like, it's like probably 90% busy work, honestly. And I think it makes people think that busy work is what real work is. If you just got here, watch it from the beginning, honey. I'm not rehashing everything I just said for the last 10 minutes. Did you go to college? Yeah, I went to college. I have a degree, Bachelor's of Arts in Dance, Performance, and Choreography. I would love to suck your big fat D. Okay, that's very forward of you. Thanks. You have no social life while you're in college. Well, that's always a thing I find funny. Like, people bring that up if you're working hard. Like, oh, like I've told kids that, told young people that, and the complaint for some of them is like, well, I want to have a social life. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, do you want to get shit done, or do you just want to go fucking drink and get fucked up? Like, is that your definition of a social life? Like, what is a social life? I've been working since I, 19, 20? I've always had a social life, but my social life doesn't revolve around getting shit-faced on the weekends. Yeah, at times, but like, what is a social life? Having friends that you spend time with? Having people that you hang out with? Doing activities? Like what? I always find that a very weird criticism. But you tell people to take school seriously and get it done fast. Well, but I want to have a social life. I'm like, okay, doing what? Getting fucked and drugs? Like, what? What exactly is it that you think you're missing out on so badly? If college is important, why is it expensive? Because things that are considered important are usually expensive. Those two, importance and value typically go together. Typically. Can't put a price on experiences and people, but I'm $60,000 net, learn nothing. Fine. Well, that's a hysterical thing. I've had finance guys tell me that. They want to do finance, they go to college, it's like, I could have taught myself most of this math. But if you need a finance degree, hello from nowhere. Okay, now I have no idea what you guys are going on about. Any real questions, feedback, conversation? Are you guys just being silly right now? Where the hell is the gas station? Definitely learned more from you and other people on here in my 4 years. Thank you. That's terrible if that's true, but thank you. Great haircut. Thanks. You're in Arab country. Okay, that could be a lot of places. I'm a recruiter. I'm connected to 70,000 interviews. Cool. College is not a big deal. Oh, well, there you go, people. San Diego Scott has done many interviews. He says college is not a big deal. Take his word for it. That was 21. 21 was awesome. 21 was amazing. What do you think of accent reduction? I don't think accent reduction is important at all. So long as people can understand you. If you have, I have a strong accent, okay, like, are you understandable though in English? If you are, then what's the problem? Will R's keep the house? They're gonna keep both. Yeah, Senate and House. You often hear that college is useless. If you didn't watch from the beginning, watch from the beginning, bro. I just went over that a whole bunch. All right, guys. Good talk. Love you all. Talk to you again.